Hi everyone, this is a garden that we did in Hove, finished in June. A nice healing garden. So taking you around the garden, the garden is designed, it's the shape that came to me actually when I first measured up the garden. It's a 4-leaf clover, which obviously brings good luck, but also is good for holding energy, keeping energy in the garden. So we've got some nice planting here. It'll be a lot fuller next year, so it's just a bit early for the planting as it's only been in for 6 weeks. This is a sliding door in an existing trellis line because her sister lives at the end of the garden in this lovely coach house. But it's important for her to have an entrance to the garden as well, so we broke through here, and that's really good for an energy line to come out through her house into the garden, as it was pretty kind of sticky energy around this point. So this area here, when I dowsed, had a lot of underground rubble, about 2 to 3 feet deep, and when we came to excavate it, I was pretty spot on actually, but the whole plan was, because I knew there was rubble here through dowsing, I decided to do a raised bed, and this raised bed is made of a corten steel, which will rust and look quite natural, but also brings a nice metal element to the garden. I like to bring metal, water, fire into the garden, and of course stone. This area here, which is part of the leaf of the 4-leaf clover, we did this nice little wildlife pond, which we clay lined, and it's a great spot for meditating. This rock is 1/4 of a ton, so just get a feel of a size which you can't get on the video. It's got some nice moss on that, and that's a great spot there to catch the evening sun. And just a little perching rock there. So yeah, can't wait for the flowers to get going and see how it is in next year probably. Silver birch was already here. They were existing. Underplanting silver birches can be a bit tricky because they just dry the soil out. They have them in Chelsea Flower Show all the time, but it's not as easy as it looks sometimes. So this will be a spring garden, and we got obviously a lot of bulbs to plant when it comes to October. So here, this little shiny copper thing is a oil burner, so the fire element was exactly here. The client didn't want a burner or like a wood burner, so she opted for some nice little candles like this. She's going to get more, and that's just good to get the energy flowing with that fire element. So she's going to get about 6 of these, and just light them periodically. That's all you need. Going through, so this is a place for a bit of sun worshipping in this leaf of the garden, and we did a small cantilevered pergola, which will have scented roses growing up. This little spot here, I can't wait for these plants to grow and smother the ground. They look a bit sparse at the moment. So this corner here, actually where the bins used to be, but when I dowsed, there was a lovely third eye chakra point. So we made this little sun-shaped patio, and under the patio we have actually buried amethyst and a wish from the client, or an intention. And she feels really connected to this spot now. We've just got some trellis. We've got some jasmine on the other side of the trellis, so it smells quite nice here. And just a little shelf to put things in. This is the kitchen. But looking at the floor into the kitchen, this is like the stem of the 4-leaf clover that goes out into the garden. And we did some funky herringbone paving. It took a while. It's all French Dijon limestone. And this is a dining area. So the paving matches the dining table. There's a water feature here. The pigeons love it, absolutely love it. This area here is just a little side passage to kind of a garden store, but she didn't want anything done here. And it felt that a lot of energy was escaping here. So I got my daughter, my talented daughter, to make this shell screen, which I'll get from the reverse view so you can get the light on them. Now, what shells do are really good for keeping energy in and moving. So if your entranceway, like say your main door, and you've got a long hallway off it, it's really good to have a bowl of shells, and that'll just keep that nice energy in rather than escaping. So this is our rather lovely little healing garden in Hove. Can't wait for the planting to take off. The client is overjoyed with it, really connected to the garden, which she wasn't before. It's quite a feminine shape, so she's really happy with that. And yeah, it was a joy to do.